Another one of my stories. Thank you all for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And if you are not getting my videos, just put on a notification. And if you have the notification on and you're still not getting them, click it off, turn it off, and then turn it right back on, because you know YouTube does do their thing. All right. But this video, this is one of my longer videos again. I want to discuss the whole concept of judging. I never really understood when people say don't judge me, because I don't think people realize that the etymology of the word judge or judgment means to decide. It literally means to make a decision. So like if you decide to eat the apple pie versus the peach cobbler, you have made a judgment. It's nothing more than deciding. If you decide to not get drunk versus getting drunk, you made a judgment. You made a decision. That's a decision, right? However, in the Matrix, they would make us, they want us to think that to decide on something is a bad thing. So they put this spin on the word judge. Don't judge me. When judging people, how are you going to know what you should or shouldn't do unless, of course, unless you're looking at things from that perspective? Discernment. It's discernment. When you decide to not rob the bank, you made a judgment. So my concept of the whole judgment thing is I always felt like I wanted people to judge me, because in judging something, you have to what? You have to first observe it. I mean, granted, if we're talking about the healthy aspect of observation and judging someone, right? It means you have to observe them. You have to listen to what they've said, and observe what they've done, actions, behaviors, and things of that nature. So I felt like, well, that's exactly what I want people to do. I want people to observe how I operate. I want them to observe how I deal with situations. I want them to observe how I conduct myself. If you're gonna observe, I certainly want you to observe, and I want it to accurate. Now, if a person doesn't have the mental capacity to effectively discern, then we're not talking about that. We're talking about those that do. So I figured that if you observe a person that treat people right, that do right by others, that's upright, then you will conclude that that's how you have to deal with that person. So I always felt like, well, I want you to judge me. I want you to determine that I am exactly what I'm about, through my actions, through my words, through my deeds. But yeah, most people, they're caught up in that whole matrix piece. The matrix has superimposed their lies and deception onto everything. And a huge example of that is that whole judgment concept. Judgment, and judge means to simply decide. Look the word up. Go to the dictionary. If you look in the dictionary, if you have a real dictionary, and if you look at the definition, there are some brackets. They're called etymological brackets. That is what the word literally means. That's the source of the word. Look up the word judge into judgment. It means to decide. So you make a choice. Now, of course, the matrix don't want you to decide anything. They want to put it in your head, and they want you to just act on it. They want to put you on remote control, which is what they have the majority of people on remote control. They put a television program on television, and they get people to respond the way they want them to respond by simply watching the television. That they want you to go into gangster mode. They just put a movie on to talk about, what's that movie I seen an advertisement on the other day, Black Mafia something. So people start playing that out in their mind. That's called being on remote control. You haven't made a judgment. They don't want you to make a judgment. The matrix doesn't want you to make a judgment. They don't want you to judge. They don't want you to decide. They don't want you to come to a logical conclusion. Basically, when you judge something, you have to look at both sides of something. You have to look at it. You have to observe it. You have to take some information in, and then you got to play it back out and decide on what you need to do. So, of course, they're going to tell you not to judge. They're telling you not to decide. Listen to what I say and just do what I say do and end up where I want you to be. So yeah, I'm not with that whole thing about don't judge. If you don't judge, you're gonna end up in a pit with a whole lot of other people that don't judge. I believe in judging everything. I'm gonna judge before I put my hands on something. I'm gonna judge. I'm gonna judge if it's if a person is worthy of my time, my energy. I'm going to judge if I need to be in this place at this time. If I need to stay away, I'm judging every day, all day long. I'm taking everything. So if you want to call it discern, maybe if you use the word discernment, maybe that'll help you out. Make better, wiser choices. Because people want to get caught up on that and be seen, and they use that "don't judge me" concept as a way to manipulate you to keep you from looking at things clearly and accurately. But no, my concept, the whole judgment thing, judge me all day long. Because I figure if you have half of a brain, you're going to come to the conclusion that if you don't come correct, you should probably just stay away. Thanks for watching.